Good morning. Is it still morning? It's still morning. So here we are. We're live again. I'm not going to be on here long. As I said in my little description, this is just a little coffee break that I'm having this morning um, with some of my Facebook friends. And I wanted to talk about three things that I think are important to remind us of as we go into the next phase of what um, seems to be the next stage of this pandemic. Um, I think that we need to get prepared, make sure that you stock up on your toilet paper, your paper towels. Um, I, along with a lot of good morning, Natalie McKenzie, who I just love, my daughter, my play daughter, who I just love so much. Give my love to Obi. And I, what I've been doing to get ready for this pandemic, because I think after October 31st, those of you who have seen me, a sighting of Jeannine, maybe in Wegmans every once in a while, maybe in Target, um, just understand. Oh, this is exciting. Good morning, Sunny Boy. I am live on LaRue's Cafe. Is it urgent? If it's not, I'm going to keep with my show. I will call you back. I love you. Tell me you love me. I know. I'll talk to you. Bye bye. So that was my son, who I think has hung up on me. If not, he's still on and he's listening. Hi, Corey. How are you doing today, Mister Policeman, who I love? So I'm asking those of you who are, please, especially those who are a little older, don't let the next phase of this pandemic catch you out there. I don't plan to go into supermarkets. I have bought two nice size freezers. They're small freezers. And I am um, going to stock them up with my food. In fact, I'm almost done with my chickens and my fish and all that. Now I'm working on all of the fruit that I need to make for my smoothies and, of course, a little ice cream and things like that. All my vegetables. I'm cooking a lot of collards and a lot of kale. I'm going to freeze that. Get ready for this. You don't want to be caught out there. I also know that there are many of my friends and many of my family members who are not excited about these vaccines. My doctor told me at 70 years old, Jeannine, if you don't get the flu shot, you are playing Russian roulette. He said, do not do that for yourself. So I have gotten my flu shot. I've gotten the final stage of my pneumonia shot. I have done all of that. He asked me, was I interested in doing any of the trials with the vaccines that they're doing trials? That's a big fat no. N-O. Don't trial on me. And I don't even know if I'll take the vaccine the first go round, because I'm not certain. I believe all the folks who are in control right now. So get yourselves prepared, because if you don't have to go out into crowds in November and December, just don't do it. It is not worth it. I have lost close relatives to COVID-19. I have lost a lot of close friends. It's really surprising. And they're talking about over 200,000 more deaths. Let's do all that we can do to try not to be in that number. So I wanted to mention that. The other thing I wanted to mention, I've talked to a couple people about this, and I wanted to share it with you because, as you know, I'm going through this grieving period, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Every day is different. Every day, I find myself real up. Like today, right now, I'm really up and have a lot of energy, and I can smile. But then something might happen in the next 3 hours, and all of a sudden, there's a tear that drops from my eye. And I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm not going to try to hold things in. I'm not going to talk about this forever and forever. I am just going to go with the flow and keep living my best life. That's all I can do. And as many of you know, I have like over 100 t-shirts with all these messages to keep firing me up and helping me to get ready to go. And every morning I'll look for the best t-shirt to help me get through the day. And today it's living my best life. So as long as I keep telling myself that, I'm going to be doing it. But I do want to share with you an experience I had on Thursday during my grieving period that caught me off guard. And I just want to give you my twist on the whole issue of funerals. And I want to be cremated. I've already told my kids that. But I found out on Thursday there's something I don't want to do, and I don't want them to do. We had made a decision to cremate Maria's body, and I bought a really beautiful urn, and it'll be ready with, so her remains will be in it on Wednesday, and they'll my uh, Maria's daughter is going to pick it up, and all of us will get a little piece of her in a locket that Maria's daughter bought for each of us. It's so sweet. So we had decided, okay, we want to do this final viewing, and we want to, like, walk her. I was doing it to Facebook virtually. We wanted to walk her right up to the door of the crematory and let it go it that way. But we did want to be a part of that final stage. I would strongly discourage people from doing that. I was not prepared for what we were going to go through. I was home by myself. My son and daughter-in-law were on their way because we thought it was going to start at 11, but they started the cameras rolling at 10:45. So I'm home by myself, and I see I'm being FaceTimed by Maria's daughter's phone, and I'm thinking, oh my God, no, they're not doing this right now while I'm home by myself. And sure enough, FaceTime, I accepted it, and I'm looking at the remains of Maria. I was not prepared for that. I got very emotional. And all of a sudden on my other phone, I looked down and it said Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman calling. And this is really the main part of the story, because I will never forget this as long as I live. She just called, and I'm thinking, I'm hysterical. I'm looking on one phone at the remains of Maria, and I'm really having a hard time with it. But on the other phone, there's this congresswoman calling me, and I want to be professional. So I answered it, and I said, hello. I said, may I help you? And she says, Jeannine, this is Bonnie, and I'm just calling you to tell you that I'm thinking about you and I'm praying for you. I know you're going to be going through Maria's cremation. At that point, I broke down. I'm like, Bonnie, I'm doing it right now, and I'm by myself. And she did something that you would not expect an elected official to do, but you would definitely expect Bonnie Watson Coleman to do. She said, Jeannine, in her calm voice, I am here with you. I will not leave you. I am going to be with you the whole way. Now, understand, folks, she had no idea that this was going on that day or that moment. Something told her to call me, and she did. And as I really got very emotional, I could hear the congresswoman praying out loud. And it was an amazing prayer. And she prayed through my tears, sobbing, and she prayed me through, because I did not expect, that's not what the funeral director told us. I didn't expect that they would lift the platform and actually that we would, I asked them, what is that I'm looking at? What is that? And they're like, ma'am, this is the final part of this process. Well, I knew what that meant. And I was, hi, Nancy, how are you? And I was just so upset, because I knew that here we were in the midst of it. And I was going to watch the love of my life being put into this crematory. And when the door shut and they pushed the button, it was at that moment that I knew I would never, ever, ever want to watch that again. I just had a thump. I'm good today. That was Thursday. So I want to publicly thank our Congresswoman, Bonnie Watson Coleman. This woman and I, we've been friends for a couple decades. And the truth of the matter is, she's much more than a congresswoman to me. But God tapped her on the shoulder and said to her, call Jeannine right now and let her know that you're praying for her and you're thinking of her. Little did she know that she was calling me at a time where God had given her a real assignment. So, Congresswoman, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I'm going to end this on a note of just to let you know what I feel about relationships moving forward. I have learned so much about relationships in the time of need. I mean, I've had people calling me, "Hi there, Tanya, how are you?" I've had people calling me who I never expected to call. I mean, the phone call from the governor, and then an hour later, his wife called. I mean, I couldn't believe that. I've had so many of you sending me cards and, oh, my house looks like a florist. I mean, and food and hi, Harriet, all of these things. And I keep saying, wow, look how folks are. 200 people came to the memorial a week ago for Maria on the virtual memorial that Maria wanted. And it was just one amazing service. And I've been thinking about relationships. 2 months ago, I went, "Hi, Joan Wax," and all the weight you lost. I tell you, you are looking beautiful, and I'm trying to follow in your footsteps. I'm slow walker with this, but I'm trying to follow. And I went through my Facebook friends. I normally keep it max. The max for Facebook, you can't have more than 5,000. You get this little thing, you're exceeding the limit. They won't let you have more than 5,000. And I went through my Facebook friends about 2 months ago. And I started thinking about friends versus Facebook friends. And what is it? I was looking at some of the stuff that's on people's pages. And believe it or not, folks, I'm going to tell you something, a secret. Some of you caught on to it and some of you didn't know. There are people who use Facebook friends to be, they use it as a tool. Sometimes they use it to bully people. Sometimes folks will use Facebook. They're looking at your stuff. They won't do likes on it because they know it'll hurt your feelings if you don't see them doing a likes. I mean, all kinds of things. Thank you, Shahid, so much. Thank you. That all kinds of things happen. People play politics with Facebook. So I went through all these Facebook friends and I'm like, wait a minute. You know, every day I'm glued to Facebook and I'm looking at what folks are doing. And, you know, everybody's world is perfect on Facebook. Everybody has the best hairstyle. All their makeup is right. The guys are all puffed, you know, they're looking good. Some of them are posting photos that are like 5 to 7 years old. You don't even know it, but they're acting like this is who they are. Hi, Patricia. Freeholder soon to be commissioner. And so I went through my Facebook friends and I said, I'm going to get rid of some of these folks. I got rid of about 60 people. It felt so good. You know, it felt so good. I didn't just unfriend them. I blocked them. I'm like, unfriend, block, unfriend, block. It felt so good. Why did it feel so good? Because now most of the people who are a part of my Facebook world, they believe in a lot of the stuff I believe in. We're not all going to vote for the same person on election day. And I'm voting for this man called Joe Biden. That's who I'm voting for. But some of them are voting for the other guy. And I'm not going to get upset with them about it. Just don't put stupid stuff on my Facebook page. So I got rid of some Facebook friends. I also looked. There's some people, some of my Facebook friends got rid of me. You know, I'll look on 5,000 one day and the next day 4,992. I don't care. Hey, Jesse Burns, how you doing? And my little niece, Kenya Spencer. How you doing, Kenya? And so, folks, be careful who you bring into your space. And don't get it twisted. Your Facebook friends aren't really your friends. And some of your Facebook friends who get on your last nerve, delete them. Unfriend them, block them. If you don't see their crap in your news feed, you won't get your blood pressure up high. So I'm walking in this new journey of trying to figure out how to have the best mental health I can have. That's what it's all about. And we're going to do this thing one day at a time. So thanks for stopping in on this coffee break with Jeannine LaRue. on a Saturday and just keep it real. Love you guys.